All right, guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be writing an invoice on a PM. These are really simple. The quoted work is actually the most simple invoice. However, this is a pretty close second here. So just bright blue is a regular PM. We're going to head and go and open that up and take a look. Same thing. We're going to set our status to working. We're able to go right to the job site today. And we're going to kind of go down here. When you look at a PM dispatch, they're fairly similar. This is going to tell you down here in your dispatch notes, it's going to tell you your PO that you're picking up, where you're going to pick it up, and it's going to say all filters at will call. Normally it'll say all filters at will call per Jose or whoever we spoke to on the phone. We confirmed that they had it all. So that way, if you guys run into any issue, you guys say, hey, I need PO 78654. That if you go, hey, Jose actually spoke to my office. I don't know if he remembers the order. It's just another layer of kind of security with the order to get in the right place, so that way you can make sure you get your parts. So 1 hour, that's gonna tell you how much time you have on the job. That's once you get to the job, is how much time you have. Saying to check in and out with the manager. Apparently it's very important with this customer that apparently nobody ever checks in or out with the manager, so make sure that you go ahead and do that. To take before and after pics, that's a big one. Especially of the filters. It's one of the main things that you guys are doing. If you're replacing a belt or something like that, take before and after pictures. Before and after pictures, especially in this day and age, are huge. So just go ahead and make sure you're taking before and after. Usually just leave your phone out when you guys are performing these maintenances. Set it on top of the unit and just kind of be ready to take pictures. Down here at the bottom, it's gonna give you your task lists. So install Mervate pleated air filter. Make sure you date your filters, really important. I don't need you guys to initial them or anything. Just go ahead and date them. Check your program on your thermostats. It's always really important, especially twice a year when the time changes. But it's always really important because you got to make sure the last guy checked it, and that way they're not starting an hour early or starting an hour late, whatever it may be. Make sure that time is correct and that you've spoken to the manager and they're comfortable with the settings and what time they're coming in or what time they're leaving. Just make sure to handle it for them. Ask them if they have any questions on how to operate the thermostat, different things like that. This task list, I'm struggling with those two words today. This task list is fairly straightforward. All you're going to do is install filters, check the program on thermostat, visually check for refrigerant leaks, and check supply and return temperature. This is our standard filter change PM. It's easily one of the most basic PMs that we have, and it's nothing too crazy. You're not tightening electrical. You're not doing a lot of different things. You're not greasing motors. You're not blowing out drain lines. This one's very simple, and that's okay. Some of them are like this. All right, so let's get into the invoice a little bit, right? All right, so we did our whole PM. We are good. Everything checks out good. Here's what we're going to do is we're going to go into invoicing here. We're going to edit the invoice. We're going to add item. If you look in your technician handbook for those codes, right, PM HIST is the code that you're going to use, right? And this is going to come up. PM HIST, perform PM on all HVAC equipment, started units, checked operation, performed PM tasks, units operating at this time, right? So if everything is good, that is where we're going to leave it, right? Where, hey, we checked everything out. Everything is working just fine. You don't need any quotes. You don't need any follow-up, anything like that. The only thing that we're going to add is that COVID code, right? And we're going to open that one up. And we're going to speak to manager Bill Thompson. We only had an hour. So we were there from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. All right, we're going to save. There's no need to enter your air filters on here because you guys picked them up on a PO. They're going to be imported once our accounting department receives your your picture of your PO that you sent in to service, and those will be put in here on the back side. And these are all flat rate, and the price is already determined, so the filters really don't matter, but we do have to get them in here for costing. But that's all your PM invoice is going to look like, as long as there's no issues, right? If there is any issues that you find, right, we're going to edit invoice. You're going to go into here, and you're going to hit enter twice, and you're going to write AC number 1 must chemically clean coils. All right, so we're going to save that on there, and that's all we're going to do if you find any discrepancies, right? But we're also going to write a quote on that. I'm going to do a completely different video for writing a quote, because all quotes are kind of written the same, whether or not it's found on a maintenance, a service call, quoted work, whatever it is, all quotes are written the same. So I'm going to do one video that kind of shows how you do all of that. But we're going to back out. This one's pretty straightforward. We're going to change our working. So this one, let's say we would have written a quote. So we're going to put its proposal, right? Because we need to chemically clean the coils. We got to put together a quote for it. We're going to put that one on proposal and hit save. It's going to ask us again, are we sure? Yes, we are sure. Back out all the way, and our PM dispatch is complete.